everywhere that you look in church history, you are going to be able to identify the sovereignty and providence of God because Christ is building his church. And so there was a wonderful old professor at Covenant Seminary years ago. He would finish his classes either with an upbeat statement of God's sovereignty, or with if the class had to be primarily upon failures of church history, something more along the lines of a recognition of the things we can learn from other people's mistakes. And so it's always a mixture of those types of things. You study any one individual, any one person, and there's going to be so many times where you have the great positive things that you can take from their life, and then you have the not so positive things from the same person, and sometimes in the same actions. And so it's tempting for us in looking back to think we can see what all the purposes were. I don't think honestly that we have that level of wisdom. In many things we can see exactly how one thing was related to another, and how one thing had to happen before another thing could happen. And that's found throughout the history of the church. But I think we have to be a little bit careful that means that we have the ability to discern what God's purposes were in all of those things. So it's all through it. We just have to be careful what conclusions we come to.